Most Australians spend 40 years or so preparing themselves for retirement, yet over 95% of them fail, remaining dependent upon the government for their main source of income. However, a small group of wealthy individuals get financial freedom in a fraction of the time. Hi, I'm Michael Yardney, and today I'd like to teach you a little bit about the master skills that these property investors, these successful investors who get financial independence get. I found they've mastered 7 skills that makes it easier and faster for them to achieve financial prosperity. So let's have a quick look at them. The first one is they've learned how to create and control capital. The wealthy understand the importance of building a substantial asset base. They don't worry as much about cash flow. They've got a big asset base. Some do it by building a business, some through a sizable share portfolio, but my preferred model is growing a multi-million-dollar property portfolio. Smart investors know how to create and add value to their properties. They use techniques like renovations and development. They also add value through their expertise or through smart negotiation or buying well. Now, it's no coincidence that the wealthy control as big an asset base as they safely can by leveraging and by borrowing, by getting appreciating assets. The second big skill of these successful investors is they've learned how to transform their capital into passive residual income in the long term. See, they grow money trees and recognise that cash flows the fruit. This means that once they've built a substantial asset base, they transition into the next stage, into the cash flow stage of their investments by slowly lowering their loan to value ratios, and then they borrow against their asset base to live off their equity. These savvy investors follow 4 rules of capital. They've learned how to concentrate it. Rather than diversifying, they focus on something special. They know what they're good at. They get a specialty. They don't risk it either. Once they've learned to build a substantial asset base, they don't speculate. They invest. They're prepared to forego a potential future profit not to risk their current assets. They also protect their assets by owning the assets in the correct structures and by having financial buffers in place. And they definitely know how to value their assets. They don't eat away at their capital. Instead, they convert their capital into cash flow and live on the fruits of their money tree. The third big master skill of successful investors is that they're financially fluent. They recognise it's not how much money they make that matters. It's how hard their money works for them and how much they keep at the end that counts. They end up having the right financial, tax, legal systems and that favour these investors. They know how to treat their properties like a business. They also understand the language of accounting and finance. They understand how to treat their property investments like a real business. The next master skill of successful investors is they understand the importance of building a great team around them. They know if they're the smartest person in their team, they're in trouble. So they get legal people, financial people, good professionals around them. As the CEO of their property investment business, they don't abdicate control of their money to others. Instead, they set up systems to evaluate the performance of their investments and their advisors. The fifth big master skill is that they're decisive. Now, this is something Napoleon Hill spoke about almost 100 years ago in Think and Grow Rich. The principle is just as relevant today as it was then in determining the level of success you're going to achieve. Successful investors are able to see the big picture. They don't get caught up in the detail. They assess each situation and then they take decisive action. The next skill they have is they understand the true importance of money. They recognise to be truly prosperous, they need a lot more than just money. Sure, money is important in those areas of life where it's important, but it's not at all important in other areas where it's not important. You've got much more than money. Successful, wealthy people have the time to enjoy it, the relationships to share it with, the sense of purpose and passion in which to direct it. And they also understand the importance of contribution to the community, which brings meaning to their lives. On the other hand, I've found most people who don't have money spend so much time struggling to make money that they lose out on the quality of life they deserve. The last master skill of these successful investors I want to talk about is their capacity for growth. Wealthy people are voracious learners. They know the fastest way to wealth is through consistently investing in their personal development. They read books, they attend seminars, they cultivate relationships with mentors who can advise and guide them. And they also network with other positive wealth builders with whom they can mastermind, with whom they can bounce ideas off. It's no surprise the more they grow, the more their wealth grows. So what about you? When you're truly wealthy, when you've got all the money you need, what's your life going to be about, above and beyond the money? Remember, money is just the power that amplifies your ability to live your life to its real purpose. It's no use just chasing money. So what is your vision for your life? What is your purpose? What are your values that you're going to strive for to live in accordance with it? It's this focus on living consistent with your purpose and your values that will give you a balanced and fulfilling life. Now, if you want to take your property investment to the next level to help create the wealth that you require to get the financial independence you want, why not see the team at Metropole Property Strategists? We have no properties to sell but access to every property on the market. So why don't you come along to a free briefing and find out what's going on in the property markets and what's happening in your particular market. We've got offices in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, and we have associates in Perth. So we've got all the big capital cities covered. Click on the link below, find out about these briefings, and we'd love to tell you what's going on and find out how we can help you.